You with Jadarian Price.
The price is right. We want to go Manakai Levin with the 7 other wide receivers. I wasn't going all off for Spencer Ware 10 years ago.
You think he's going to come in
For
for
those
the NFL?
I feel
This guy's always making these cooking videos like he's Bobby Flay or something. I think you're starting to get washed up.
J-E-T-S-J.
the price is right. I think this guy's going to take the full load.
I like at least 24 other guys before him. He's a third-round pick at best.
Vertical threat.
We don't need his whole life story.
The price is right.
R.I.P. Jonah Coleman.
Chris Olave is not an alpha. He's a very good NFL wide receiver. Maybe
Likes the crier.
I love the criers because you got to show emotion.
Expect come the season, he's like a fourth-round redraft guy. He's a top 3 pick in Dynasty rookie right now.
Wide receiver. But Jordan Tyson could take the top off the defense.
That was the splash that I've been looking for with the Jets. Welcome to the Fantasy Wise Guys. We're your host, Mike Mears.
The Puma.
Puma, the one and only. Today is May 1st. This is our first episode post NFL draft.
Yes, excited as hell.
We've had a lot of talks about it, a lot of arguments, debates,
Yeah.
love, emotions.
Yeah, literal love.
I think, there's just so many different things that have happened now throughout this offseason that, there's a lot of make or break type of things that we got to talk about. So make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. It is time. So let's start with the first team, Arizona Cardinals. Completely, I don't want to say completely shocked us because Puma, you called it. You actually said during our pre-draft episode that the Arizona Cardinals would draft Jeremiyah Love. That's the running back out of Notre Dame, for those of you who don't know. But Puma called it.
Yeah, 50 million reasons why.
Why didn't you bet your life savings on it? You Mama Luke looking.
I did feel it, but at the end of the day, it's like anything could happen. If anything, I knew that if the Cardinals were going to pick, it could 80% be this pick. But this is where the draft started, my friend, because everyone knew Mendoza was going 1, and everyone knew the Jets were going with an edge rusher, right? Whether it was Arvell Reese or David Bailey. So 3 is where the draft for me really began. And I was really predicting either a trade up with Kansas City, because once we took David Bailey, Arvell Reese could have easily went 3, and the Chiefs trade up or the Saints trade up. They're noted for trading up. But for Arizona to make this pick, it was going to be someone that's going to sell tickets. Someone was saying, I can't quote him, but Arizona's not on any primetime games the last couple of years. The best thing that they get is a Thursday night football with Al Michaels. So to get Jeremiyah Love, he sells tickets. He's instant offense. Listen, I never not liked the kid. I just don't like the situation that he's been drafted into.
Oh, yeah, well, listen. For me, I think it's just a matter of, what his value is going to be fantasy-wise. I mean, regardless, we all didn't expect him to make, or Arizona to make a top 3 pick for a running back, because they say from an NFL perspective, it wasn't the best move. Right. Like they hide themselves into such a long-term contract. Right. And I think it's fitting that we started off with Jeremiyah Love because he's also the #1 ranked rookie right now in all dynasty drafts. He's also going the highest out of all rookies in all redraft leagues. But the guy's got massive potential. And we talked about him during the pre-draft episode. Everybody's talked about him. He's a phenom. So regardless of the situation, you think that he's still not going to produce RB1 numbers?
It's hard to say. Let me play a little would you rather. Would you rather today, knowing what we know, Jeremiyah Love, Ashton Genty? You're picking at the beginning of the second round.
That's when he's going, basically.
Yeah.
His
So
we're
going 201, 202.
No, I already told you that. I'm 100% going Jeremiyah Love over Ashton Genty. But I will tell you that even in a redraft league, I don't want to take him. I don't want to take him at the end of the first round. And in a dynasty league, no matter what, I will take him with my first pick.
Yeah.
No problem. No questions asked.
The running back's got to be, highly touted.
But I do like him over Genty. I think that Arizona should move the ball a lot this year.
Uh-huh.
We talked about it before also that Jeremiyah Love is on an offense with no defense, or on a team with no defense.
Right.
And we got to expect that they're going to probably throw the ball a lot. He is a pass catching back.
Right.
You're not going to see them go to Algier that much, but that's the fear, is that they got Tyler Algier,
Right.
James Conner, Trey Benson.
Well, anyone, listen, Matt LaFleur, was it Matt LaFleur or what's the brother's name? Anyway,
Yeah, it's Matt.
it's Matt.
Or Mike?
Mike LaFleur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt's in Green Bay. Yeah.
Matt's in Green Bay. I always get confused.
Whatever.
Whatever. We used to have this as the Jets' offensive coordinator. Maybe he learned some tricks and trades from Sean McVay being with him in LA for 2 years. So maybe they put out a Jeremiyah Love in the slot and they start using him in a spread offense, quick passing. I mean, it could be killer for fantasy, but it does scare me a little bit that you got Algier back there. You got Bam Knight back there. You got
Bam Knight is as good as gone. He's gonna be wearing a red shirt in no time.
it's loaded back there. It is. But you don't take a guy this high and not utilize him. So I am there with you. Rookie dynasty, he's 101 all day long. But let's see how he's utilized. I know we're gonna get a lot of chatter in training camp, and there's someone out there that's taking him in the first round.
Yeah, regardless, some of the destinations of the big time rookies that are on the board, they didn't go to the best places, some of them, but look, this is what it is, and the really talented running backs and wide receivers will shine. So that's a gamble you got to take. If you want to take him in a redraft early, that's on you. Personally, I like at least 24 other guys before him, which means that to me he's a third round pick at best.
Correct.
But he's gonna go high.
He's 301 to 12.
Yeah. So next team, Atlanta Falcons. Nothing major happened there. They did draft Zachariah Branch in the third round, Georgia receiver. I don't know, Booma. How do you feel about this? Because to me, they don't really. I guess they don't move the ball that much. You got Bijan already, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Like, how much can this guy eat? He's probably going to be a.
The game that I saw this young man play, I believe it was the Sugar Bowl against Ole Miss. He did some things, very outside zone player. Think of Zay Flowers, right? So, vertical threat.
Yeah, well, we don't need his whole life story. He's fine.
At the end of the day, I don't really see him as a really big impact. I mean, you still got Drake London there. It's more of like a slot receiver right now.
Yeah, because right now it looks like he's going just about the third round in rookie drafts, second round. So, but you keep an eye on him. I mean, Zachariah Branch he was a great player and college, came from a great team, Georgia. So if injuries happen, you can always expect a guy like him to pop off. Next team, Baltimore Ravens. Also another wide receiver drafted semi-late, but kind of notable. Round 4, this was Puma's sleeper wide receiver, Elijah Surratt, Indiana.
I liked him a lot, man. And this guy, he goes up for the ball, a.k.a. Waffle House, always open. I think he's a sleeper, especially in rookie dynasty drafts, but in redraft as well.
I kind of like him now that Isaiah Likely's not there because I could see him playing that up.
Even though you got Jacoby Lane that they drafted as well from USC, that's another weapon. But I feel like this is a bigger-bodied receiver. And again, like he could be used in the slot. He could be used everywhere on the outside. So I feel like just another weapon for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, a new look.
That's the tough thing, too. With the Ravens, it's like you never know what to expect. And even Zay Flowers, who had the highest target share in the league, still isn't a wide receiver one. These, because you never know what to expect with them. It's got Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson.
Well, it's a very heavy run offense.
Yeah, run offense for sure. But look, he's going in like late second rounds of rookie drafts. If you like him, you decide between a guy like him and Zachariah Branch, basically. Like,
right.
And to me, I like Surratt because of that role and the quarterback. The team to me means a lot. So like, if I'm in that position where like guy like we just talked about, Zachariah Branch on the Falcons, or I could take Elijah Surratt, I'm going Surratt all day.
Oh, same, absolutely.
Next team, this was kind of notable too. Buffalo Bills drafted Skyler Bell, round 4. UConn wide receiver. You know how I feel about
I know people.
receivers, man.
Yeah, I know people are like high on him, but he hasn't played in 2 years. I know that's why he got knocked down to round 4 for me. So we'll see. I mean, they say he's ultra talented. I've seen some tape of him. He's got flashes, but again, there's always a reason why someone lasted this long. It's usually more so because of injury concern.
And right now, with the whole Coleman effect, and what
Yeah,
happened with that
deep
I'm
more.
I'm not too excited
Because
about
I'm
it.
scouting.
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really good point too. The 2 years. Wow, he's from the Bronx.
Now,
BX, stand up.
now Mike wants him. He's from the Bronx.
Well, first of all, we didn't even talk about the fact that the New York Knicks just advanced in the playoffs. So anybody in New York right now, stock up, in my opinion. That's why we got Garrett out here.
Yeah.
Jets had a great draft.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of good stuff that
We got to see how that goes.
But regardless, yeah, I mean, Skyler Bell to another New York team. Larry says Buffalo teams are New York. No, dude, Buffalo teams are New York.
Well, they're the real New York.
I guess so. Like New
You're
York
really
State.
talking logistics.
But I'm not going that far.
Larry.
So the next team we could really talk about here, I think we could skip the Carolina Panthers and the Bears. Nothing too notable. Look like they got a lot of defensive players. The Panthers actually did draft a Tennessee wide receiver. If you want to keep an eye on him, Chris Basil II. You ever heard of this guy?
Yeah, I've seen him play.
On him a little bit.
He's good. I mean, listen, like I always say, there's a reason why he lasted that long. I had a little bit of a drop issue. So for me,
Tennessee receivers too. They never do it for me.
yeah, same. I can't trust him really in that offense. Again, like their go-to guy is he loves going to the tight end and Tremble. They love running the ball, and they got Tet McMillan.
Pat McMillan. You bring Get, and then
The Cokeheads.
yeah,
The Coneheads.
Jalen Coker back also.
Yeah. So, you know, like, yeah, no, this guy's a fade for me. I don't even have him on my radar.
Yeah, well, you know,
Special teams, pal.
I ain't drafted him, that's for sure. The next team, I know you're super excited to talk about this one. This is probably, they arguably had the best draft in the NFL. So, the Cleveland Browns,
Oh, love what they did.
those first 3 picks, all for their offense. Spencer Fano with the first pick, followed by KC Concepcion and Denzel Boston. Great picks.
I feel like you had a great name to be with Kansas City because it would have been KC.
I know.
But nonetheless, I think this kid's a stud. You know, he could play in, he could play out. I think it's really, again, right now, the Browns, their wide receiver corp, I think they just have a bunch of twos. They don't have an alpha. I think someone will emerge. I mean, if you want to call it Jerry Jeudy, sure. But I think Concepcion has the biggest ceiling. We already know what Jeudy is, and Denzel Boston is like a jump ball player. So for me, KC could be that number one and be ultimately a steal in this draft.
The way I see it too, man, is that, of course, this is a win all around for the Browns offense because they got the best tackle in the draft, Spencer Fano, in a great move. What they traded with Kansas City, and they still got their guy.
Yeah.
And then they drafted 2, highly ranked wide receivers. To me, it screams, we are building a young team. We want KC and Denzel on opposite sides. We want Harold Fannin and Quinshaw Judkins. Jerry Jeudy, they're not paying attention to him anymore. Even Cedric Tillman starting to fade. And who else do they have over there? What other wide receiver was one?
Well, I know they got rid of what's his name? Oh, Isaiah Bond. They got
Bond, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He was a young player last year.
James Bond.
He's kind of reminds me of like a not so good Timu Tekdel.
Yeah.
So like to me, yeah, KC and Denzel Boston.
Pumped about this.
They have a lot of potential, and
Yeah.
KC Conception's ceiling is incredible.
Yes.
Also, it depends on who's the quarterback over there. I mean, I've heard mixed reports from.
They're leaning Watson.
That's what they say, but come on, man, it's May. Like, what do we?
Oh yeah, I don't believe anything. For me, I think eventually it'll just be Shador.
Dude, that's one of the toughest things that I have to say about the content nowadays is that you see so much stuff out there that you don't know what to believe, and you really need to fact check yourself because there are good sources. For the most part, if you're seeing a very notable news site post about it, or if you hear from a friend, one of our close insiders or something,
Yeah.
that's a different story. But I see so many things go up that you can't really take
Into account.
from random
Even
pages.
people that take pictures of people, you can't take into account.
Come on, you can't, man. You can't take
AI.
like Len. Len's got us here with Fernando Mendoza. Len, throw up Fernando Mendoza. Yeah, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
He was here.
We wanted a couple burrito bowls.
I posted that in my story, that picture, and every single person was like, "Oh my God, can you believe it?" I'm like, dude, come on. You think he was really here?
Yeah.
But that's just how it is. I mean, anyway, real quick, Dallas Cowboys would have been our next subject, but this is a team that completely drafted all defense also.
Yeah.
Damn, it sucked because they had that weak defense last year and just constantly having to throw the ball, get scored on. I loved playing against them in fantasy.
Oh, they were like how we mentioned Arizona. I think could be this year, like this year's Dallas.
This year's Dallas.
Right. We're like, yeah, we score a bunch, but we give up a bunch. And we would love that for fantasy.
One team you're not going to score that much on, who also had a pretty good draft, Denver Broncos. Now, they didn't get anything too sexy. And unfortunately, they drafted Jonah Coleman. To me, it is R.I.P. Jonah Coleman, just because this is a running back. Got drafted in the 4th round. He was pretty highly ranked, top 4, top 3 running back, depending on who you asked. Washington University. But he got drafted now to this awful committee. It's going to be J.K.
Dude, that's disgusting.
R.J. Harvey, Jonah Coleman.
Wait, could you say like a biggest loser is like J.K. Dobbins or even the Denver backfield? Just because like it's a mess and literally you're plugging and playing someone just out of desperation.
I'll tell you who I feel most bad for is the R.J. Harvey managers, because R.J. Harvey was drafted pretty high last year in rookie draft. People had a lot of expectations from him, but he's not. I don't think he's workhorse material. Why would they draft Jonah Coleman with their 2nd overall pick they had? I mean, it's crazy.
Well, it just signaled to me those couple of games that J.K. Dobbins was out during the end of the stretch of the season, the regular season.
Yeah.
R.J. Harvey, couldn't prove that he could take the load. He was better in the receiving game. So for me, I think this is a better real football move than a fantasy move.
Yeah, I guess for in that case, because Denver already is going all in.
Yeah, they're all in. Their defense running the ball, and Bo Nix coming back from that injury, so they want to protect him.
And they got Waddle now, so that's why they didn't have those first 2 draft picks in the 1st, 2nd round. They started in the 3rd round, but look, I think you can expect very similar things that you did last year.
Yes.
Except Jalen Waddle's there. He might steal some targets from Cortland Sutton, but nevertheless,
next.
I'm out on Coleman. Next move. Okay, now let's see. What am I? Am I bugging right now? Oh, you know what? We might as well go right to it because we totally skipped. Well, we didn't skip because we're going in order here. But the Las Vegas Raiders.
Wow.
They made the ultimate choice, number 1 pick, Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, for me, this is like Kirk Cousins the 2nd. But look who he's in back of, Kirk Cousins. He's non-draftable in fantasy other than rookie or super flex. I will throw out there 3-quarterback league, super flex league. He is definitely draftable. Stash him on your bench because during the end of the season when the Raiders are out of it by Halloween, you're going to see some flashes, and their defense, just like Arizona, stinks. So that he's going to have to throw a lot.
And he's still going in the 1st round. He's still going around the late 1st round of dynasty drafts. Yeah, correct. So, yeah, to me, I guess it's an overall boost for the offense a little bit. You have them. They did also draft a wide receiver, it looked like, over there. Wait a minute.
When you have a chance to get your franchise quarterback, you got to take it.
So they are mentioning this guy, Malik Benson, who they took pretty late. And as you know, they don't really have many pass catchers over there besides Bowers, obviously. Also, I feel bad. Another running back that kind of got wasted, Mike Washington Jr. I mean, he's drafted now right behind Genty. Like, this is another top 5 running back that we were projected to land somewhere. It is.
Could you make a case a little bit of a winner was Trey Tucker? Because there's, other than Brock Bowers and Genty, what other pass catcher is there? And
No, you're right.
You can name off the top of your head.
They've also had like a lot of games where they did target him, and he had boom games with Geno Smith, or even the year before, right?
Yeah. So something maybe they could work on a little rapport together.
Next team, Los Angeles Chargers. They had a pretty good draft, B grade, but I will say that one of the most notable things, based on a video that I saw, have you heard about Brenen Thompson, wide receiver, 4th round, Mississippi State?
Yeah, but I don't like him. You know, for me, I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like his size. I don't know. Again, I just don't like players that go that late, especially in the skill position, just because I feel like, you know, they have injury concern, drop concerns, and the Chargers are a run first team. You know, that's Hampton's backfield.
Well, Coach McDaniel specifically drafted him. He loved him, loved what he saw. Like, he begged them to draft him. Now,
Like got fired from Miami.
Quentin Johnson. Well, look at what he did also with Miami back 2 years ago with Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Raheem Mostert, HN, explosive. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we could see that, same type of offense here, but he drafted it for a reason. The only thing that definitely worries me is there are tons of mouths to feed over there.
You got Quentin Johnston. You got Keenan McConkey.
Now you got Gadsden.
There's more mouths. This guy's irrelevant, even though he wants to, make light of it. Oh, and Harris. What's his name?
Trey Harris.
Trey Harris, which I love, which I think is better than all these has-beens.
But again, now that's another guy you could look at, maybe like a 3rd, 4th round in a rookie draft. Undraftable in redraft leagues, I'm assuming, but keep an eye on him. Let's go on the other side of the city, Los Angeles Rams.
Ugh.
This was our biggest loser.
You gotta be kidding me. I think it's more so a loser, Mike, because that player, some people, including myself, had a 2nd round grade on him. Now,
For those who don't know, who did they draft?
Ty Simpson. Don't get me wrong. I've watched Ty Simpson. He does some good things, and then there's some good things that he doesn't do good. But is he in a great position? Yes, but this does not help the LA Rams now, today. I mean, you want to give me the spiel that, Stafford is 38 years old, 39 years old? Yes, we know that. Even more so, the window is closing. I mean, you have a receiver that's been in and out of rehab in Puka Nacua, and another aging superstar in Devontae Adams. On the board at that time and moment, you had Kenyon Sadiq, tight end, and you had out of Oregon, and you had Mekhi Lemon, who Les Snead loved because his kid goes to USC with him. But this felt like the GM pick. You could tell McVay was mixed words, whatever, but at the end of the day, the organization wanted to plan for Stafford, a la Rodgers, a la Favre. They took a Green Bay path.
Yeah, of course. At one point, you got to have somebody sitting behind the quarterback. And look, if I'm going to bet on any offense, though, for this kid to be on and sit on the bench for 2 years, it's Ty Simpson.
It's Ty Simpson.
Because he's going to be with the Rams and Sean McVay. I'm going to bet on the Rams. And I have to just assume that, who knows? The rumors came out that McVay wasn't really all against it, that he was just trying not to have Stafford on it. So, to me, I'm not really too sure about it, but I wish they would have made an offensive move, obviously.
Give McVay truth serum, he would have took Mekhi Lemon. But he would not.
Probably.
Because, again, he needs another weapon. We're trying to win today. But they looked at that 29th pick, which they gave for Trent McDuffie, as another 1st-round pick. So they felt like they cleared their one need. And that one need was to stop JSN, who they play twice a year.
Yeah. They need a down cornerback.
Right. For them, their thought process was, let's protect our future as well. Well, what happened to them picks? I guess not.
Yeah, so all around, I will say,
Hypocrite.
Biggest winners, though, you can take Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams.
Oh, yeah.
Kyron Williams. And then that tight end room. Ugh. Disastrous. Now, they just drafted their 5th tight end, Ohio State tight end. Now, this is Max Clare. He was nothing too phenomenal, but in terms of the tight ends, Ohio State guys, you love him. If you see him go somewhere nice, he could have probably had a lot of potential. Right. But the problem is, he's gotten drafted.
He didn't go with
committee of tight
ends. He didn't go anywhere nice.
McVay literally uses 5 different tight ends.
Yeah, he uses 13 personnel, which is 3 tight ends all the time on the field. It is very hard to even get into that rotation. I mean, you got Davis Allen, you got Terrence Ferguson, you got Higbee, and that's when Cody Parkinson was hurt.
Yeah.
Now you got Max Clare, don't even ask me about him, Mike. I don't even know his background.
Well, I will say that he's just going to be another piece to McVay's puzzle, and
Yep.
we'll see who
Let's
else.
catch a touchdown anytime Claire touchdown.
Miami Dolphins, big rivals. I'm not the biggest fan of their draft, man. I feel like they really dropped the ball and took some weapons pretty late, like almost like they're trying to tank this year.
Yes, but this is the bell that I love.
Chris Bell, drafted in the 3rd round, wide receiver, Louisville.
My comp to him, Mike, Josh Gordon. I think that he has the side and speed. Again, I think he could be a dog. Again, a guy like this always falls because of the injury concern. He was injured last year, but I really feel that he can make an impact, and Miami got him at a discount here. People were talking about this gentleman in the 1st round.
Yeah.
So I think he can make an immediate impact, especially they have that vacancy.
Oh, yeah.
Waddle. Who's the number 1 there? Yeah, nobody could think of it. Malik Washington? Yeah, this guy is going to be the number 1 by October.
Oh, and he was first team all ACC, 72 receptions, 917 yards, 6 tutties. The problem is that torn ACL.
Yeah, he
They
kept him
his
out.
ACL, but nevertheless, I love the opportunity.
Yeah.
Even though Caleb Douglas got drafted ahead of him, which is another wide receiver from Texas. Well, he's from Texas Tech, but another wide receiver. They saw Chris Bell on the board in the same round, and they said, we got to take him.
Take them both.
Even though we just took Caleb Douglas, we got to take him.
Yeah. I feel
It's so something.
with something in this sport, everyone has some injury concern. It's whether your medical team is comfortable with it. That's basically what it is.
For a team that had 13 draft picks, there's a lot of speculation on
Drafted a whole new team.
on their grade. Not saying they'd have the worst draft, but nevertheless, they went with a lot of their Texas Tech guys and Texas guys. They look for defense. They desperately need it. So we'll see. But I would expect a much different Miami Dolphins this year. I'm not too excited about them. Even HN, I'm not too excited about drafting any of them. So next team. Oh, baby. This is a good one.
This is my biggest winner, Mike.
I've been waiting to get to this, your biggest winner. Wow. But I've been waiting to get to the good guys because, we haven't really touched the big names yet, but let's touch the biggest ones. New Orleans Saints.
Jordan Tyson, I mean, this man is explosive. I know I had said in past videos, reminded me a little Nico Collins. How about an OBJ with reports coming out? We thought he was going to the Giants.
Yeah.
But I feel like this kid is going to be electric. Why I feel like his situation is the biggest winner? They needed a receiver opposite of Chris Olave, and they needed a number 1. With Tyler Shook, you got Travis Etienne in the backfield. They needed that wide out opposite of Chris Olave. And Chris Olave is not an alpha. He's a very good NFL wide receiver, but Jordan Tyson could take the top off the defense. Chris Olave, more a possession wide receiver. This kid is going to take the league by storm. Offensive Rookie of the Year, calling it right now.
Well, it's not a bad choice because they are in a Kellen Moore offense. They drafted him with the number 8 overall.
No, he's playing.
And the only issue he really had, it's not like he had an Achilles injury or ACL. It's really just hamstrings.
Right.
But I will say that Jordan Tyson, I mean, I'm not a big crier. He kind of lost his aura with the crying. The cry to me, when I see that, it's off my fantasy radar. I'm telling you, it's on my radar, Puma.
Maybe I'm the opposite.
Puma
Maybe
kind of likes the criers.
I love the criers because you got to show emotion, not in just that, but in life. And it takes a lot to get to that moment. And
tears and crying are different.
No, I feel like they could be parallel.
Nah, I'm kidding. But the whole video did hit.
Kid's a dog. Come on.
Yeah, look, he's solid, and I'm excited for him.
Breaking his,
And I think that where he's being drafted, is probably just right. You'll see right now in mock drafts, he's getting drafted in like the 6th round. Expect come the season, he's like a 4th round redraft guy, and he's a top 3 pick in Dynasty rookie right now. End of story.
End of story. He's number 3.
If Jeremiyah Love is off the board, first pick, you're number 2. Who are you taking?
It's between I got 3 options. These 3 options are the young man that we just talked about, Jordan Tyson, Cardell Tate,
which we'll talk about soon.
and Jadarian Price.
Who?
Jadarian Price of Seattle.
Dude, you with Jadarian Price.
I'm telling you, I would not say this for no reason. I would not say this for no reason. Why, we want to go with a Kai Levin with the 7 other wide receivers?
I'm not saying he's bad.
He's not. I'm talking about opportunity, Mike. I'm talking about opportunity. I wasn't going all off for Spencer Ware 10 years ago, but the guy had opportunity. It's all about opportunity in this game.
But that's that issue with Jadarian Price is, before we get back to Jordan Tyson, I don't even know how he would be a question or a gambler. Like, he's the number one. He's one of the number 1 options over there right now. I think it's going to be a plethora of running backs. But you got Charbonnet coming back. You really expect Price is going to be the guy? He's never even been a workhorse in college. You think he's going to come into the NFL?
I feel like also, too, he's working with a return Super Bowl offense, right? You got pieces there. You got JSN still. You got that offensive line. And you probably don't have Charbonnet till the end of October, if November.
I'd say 8 weeks.
So you got 8 weeks of the backfield to yourself without any injury happening. I think this kid reminds me of his replacement, Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I mean,
listen, I'm not saying the kid has to win you a fantasy championship. I'm just saying the kid could get you an RV2.
In the right position, sure. Am I going to take a Jadarian Price? Absolutely. He's got promise.
I'm not saying that you got to take him top 3 rounds.
But in no way, shape, or form, I don't think I'm going to take him over Jordan Tyson ever. In a rookie draft or a draft.
Well, it's only because of the need.
Like, for me, it would only be between, if I had the second pick, it would only be between Jordan Tyson and Cardell Tate. And I still think I got to go Tyson. Because
I'm going to say that I would go Tyson.
But your point was...
Well, so I had 3 options. I had 3 options. But for me, it would be Love, Tyson, Tate, and then now... Right.
Yeah.
Just because of the need of running backs.
So we agree that Tyson is the second best on the in the rookie draft.
Correct. But I'm just saying that it came down to those 3.
Well, we still have to talk about those other guys, Cardell Tate, Jadarian Price. Honestly, man, I think all the cooking, you're doing or something. This guy's always making these cooking videos like he's Bobby Flay or something. I think all of it is like you're falling off. You're like you don't have the talent in the eye anymore. I think you're starting to get washed up. I'm just saying.
Sometimes you're gonna have some haters out there. Haters gonna hate. Just because I can't do multiple good things.
Just hear this.
Listen, I know this guy owns a restaurant and
just
shit, man. What do you want me to do?
No, look, Jadarian Price, I think he's going to be...
Listen, the price is right. The price is right.
If the price is right, that's what I'm talking about. But nevertheless,
whatever.
Jordan Tyson. Now, I don't even know why I screamed so loud for the Saints before, because it is time to finally talk about our team.
About time.
The New York Jets, Jets, Jets. Do it one more time. Ready? Together.
All right, I'll do it with you.
Jets, Jets. Woo!
We were pumped, but I think going into this, we weren't sure if they would mess it up, right? But I would say the biggest thing was Muji trading back into that first round. That's what really solidified it for me, going back to 30. Because, could I have wrapped my head around? Let's recap. Yeah. Read it off for me.
Well, no, go. Fine. Let's start with what Puma's talking about. Number 1, we took David Bailey, Texas Tech edge rusher, at number 2. I love it. Do you love it?
I love it. I would have loved Arvell Reese or him. I'm not imposed to either of them.
Yeah.
Now, if
we needed that player, obviously.
Right, but if I'm making the decision, I'm going Reese. But again, it's apples and oranges. It's apples and apples.
Then the second pick that we had, which was the 16th pick, we were kind of thinking they were going to go Mekhi Lemon at that.
It had to be Mekhi Lemon.
We were dead set.
Yeah, it had to be.
And then Kenyon Sadiq came, and I was
That's your boy.
shocked. Now look, I wanted
I was
Lemon
shocked,
too. I know you wanted him,
I wanted Lemon so bad.
but that was like you saw they made that splash.
Okay, I like it now because it's after the fact of when we lead into our third guy of us trading back in for Omar Cooper. But if you're telling me I'm walking away with David Bailey, Kenyon Sadiq, I'm a little down about it. I'm giving them a B plus. If you're telling me I'm walking away with David Bailey, Sadiq, and Omar Cooper, all right, now it's A plus across the board.
Yeah.
We had the most players in the first round. I feel like what could be the biggest steal of day one, honestly. I mean, they let Omar Cooper drop to 30. This man was projected at 16 to us because all the wide receivers were supposed to go. But you never know how things are going to fall with trades, who's trading up for who's trading back for who. But we straight up sniped Buffalo. And you saw like last year, Tampa sniped Houston, and Houston traded out, and that's how the Giants got Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
So we sniped Buffalo, so they traded out.
And honestly, that was the splash that I've been looking for with the Jets. I've been saying it. I tell you about it. I tell my dad, Tennessee Chris. I say it all the time. The Jets just are never sexy in their draft. And then we're sitting there around the 27th pick where all of a sudden trade alert comes on the screen. Jets trade back in to then get our third player in the first round, which is the 30th pick, Omar Cooper Jr., who also was a national champion, played with Fernando Mendoza, was his #1 guy. He's like the yin and yang to Garrett Wilson. He's like that opposite player where I feel like he's a perfect fit along with Sadiq. And everybody was worried about Sadiq because Mason Taylor, they're like, oh, but we already have Mason Taylor. Look how many teams are running 2 tight end sets now. We were just talking about the infamous LA Rams, what's it called?
Tight ends.
Yeah, tight ends that they have.
But if you have him and Mason Taylor, I mean, it does present problems for the defense. I know a lot of people want to stress because they're thinking jet on jet that even like some of the prognosticators out there, they were comparing Dustin Keller to Kenyon Sadiq.
Dustin Keller, yeah.
I mean, but even though
he's going to be a stronger version.
I think he'll be a stronger,
more athletic, better,
athletic.
Faster.
I mean, you know, this kid could do it all. I really love what we did. I mean, obviously, my favorite pick is Omar Cooper.
I love him.
Omar Cooper.
Love him.
And then, I mean, this is a non-fantasy pick, but D'Angelo Pond.
I was going to get him.
Like, you know, the Aaron Glenn, you know, 2.0. Like, one of my clients, you know, was the best friends with him. So, knowing D'Angelo Ponds, and I wanted him to go to New York this whole time.
Get him on the show. Another Indiana
He got to come through, though. D'Angelo, you listening out there?
Right.
We here.
Len, can you get us on the screen with D'Angelo Ponds? Get him on the screen with us, just like Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, but no AI. We're actually going to bring him in.
Well, I mean, I know we don't talk about defense, but listen, F you. This is the Jets. We're going to give us our flowers. We're going to talk about
honestly, if
D'Angelo Ponds.
If you look at it, we got 7 players, right?
We got
8. Okay, 5 out of the 8 come from winning programs. Mike, Texas Tech,
Oregon,
Kenyon Sadiq. And the Indiana players, and Miami, that we got that guard, Inez Cooper. I mean, these are winning culture players, and they're coming into a situation where the Jets have not been winning. So I think there's something to hang your hat on as well, too. Like, these guys are all coming from winning cultures. It's time to get into the winning mold.
Well, let's talk about the reality of it now that we got to talk about the fantasy value. There's obviously a lot of stress in the community regarding what these 2 players' fantasy value are going to be. Kenyon Sadiq, Omar Cooper. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt, but they are very talented. And in rookie dynasty drafts, I think they're still a middle first-round pick, no matter what, because you don't know who might have next year.
The one who has, for me, to go the highest is Sadiq. Just because
elite tight end status.
There's not many tight ends, right? And also, too, Geno Smith loves going to the tight end, right? We've seen it since he was a Jet. He was going to the tight end. You know, and Brock Bowers, what he did with him last year, even though they sucked, he still went to him for fantasy.
Yeah.
So I think there is some relevance where he can get Sadiq involved. in their offense. And listen, they didn't draft him for no reason. So they're going to get him the ball. Omar Cooper is a different story. I mean, he has to compete with A.D. Mitchell. He's got to compete, obviously, with Garrett Wilson. But I see this kid as a future Jarvis Landry. That's my comparison to him.
God, from your mouth to God's ears.
I think he's got hands on hands. He's a PPR machine.
Yeah.
And I think that's a future duo that is going to be talked about years to come. Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper.
And so before you move on to, last thing I will say, our guy that we drafted after Pons, Darrell Jackson Jr., defensive tackle. I know he's not fantasy relevant, but I just want to say super good player. And then one that is potentially relevant for the future, find me in the club, bottle full of bub, Cade Klubnik. Big Tennessee Chris fan. Tennessee Chris loves this guy. Yeah, he was another guy that we got at a super high value. They say he could take us to the promised land. Unlike
you know what he reminds me of after watching his tape? Not because he looks like this. I think he's the poor version of Trevor Lawrence.
Wow. Find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Now, we got 3 more teams to talk about. Let's get into them. This team, goddamn, they piss me off so much because they're so close to where I live, but the Philadelphia Eagles. So,
they got my boy.
They got him, but they went in for him. They traded with the Cowboys. They moved up to draft Mekhi Lemon.
From Pittsburgh.
Yep, big time site. The Pittsburgh Steelers were on the phone with Lemon when he got a call. Oh, why the Eagles calling me? And sure enough, he got traded
for him.
And they traded up for him and drafted 20th pick overall. Super, super stud. I'd say top 3, top 4, arguably, maybe top 5 for rookies. Let's be safe.
Would you rather Mekhi Lemon, Jadarian Price? I know where you're gonna lean.
I mean, me personally, I'm leaning Lemon, but yeah, I'm leaning Lemon. In a PPR league, I still lean Lemon. I think people are really underestimating the fact that A.J. Brown's not going to be there and that Mekhi Lemon is a short area target type of receiver that could be perfect for Jalen Hurts. I don't know if you also saw Jalen Hurts now got the little mustache. I'm also not a big mustache guy. Not a big crier. Not a big mustache guy. But for when you got to lock in, the guy got the mustache, dude, they mean business. That means I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language.
I'm going to just put up points guy.
But seriously, I will say that Mekhi Lemon is talented. It's a very hard pick between him and Jadarian Price. And I would say that it really all depends on what my team needs. That's the real answer. But nevertheless, I think Mekhi Lemon was an outstanding pick.
The price is right.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I ain't mad at you for saying that, but I think it's a good weapon for them. It's pretty clear indicator, too, that A.J. Brown is on his way out. So then the second round, they decided to go with Eli Stowers, who was our second-ranked tight end. Vanderbilt, this is, it sucks because there's another tight end that got drafted to a weird situation.
Yeah, it is a weird situation.
Dallas Goedert, I mean, you never know, man. He's getting older. You could expect maybe he can – I could totally see like a Chicago Bears situation happening with Loveland and Cole Kmet and kind of like or just take over.
Listen, I mean, McVay set the trend, right? Everyone's going to be going into 12 and 13 personnel. Look at the Jets. Look at the Eagles, right? They've already gotten tight ends because of that, right? Everyone mimics. It's like when the Wildcat came out. It's like tush push. Everyone is going to mimic what you do. So, but you see, you can't overlook it either because the Eagles utilize the tight end, So keep it in your back pocket. Second round pick for me.
And just so you know, right now he's going still late first round in real drafts. Yeah, around 9, 10, like around. It's between him and like Fernando Mendoza. But like, are you gonna go with Eli Stowers or Jonah Coleman at this point?
Oh, Stowers.
So like that's where.
How about this one? Stowers or Denzel Boston? I know you would go Concepcion over him, but would you go Boston over him?
Probably not. I think I like
Stowers.
I like that. Yeah, I like his style. I like what his versatility, and I think he's perfect for Jalen Hurts. Look at what Jalen did with Dallas Goedert. He was a top 5 tight end last year.
Oh my God, what's the guy that they use sometimes?
Oh,
Cal Cantera.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's like the third string tight end. Dude, even he catches sometimes a touchdown.
yeah. You're right, dude.
Like they utilize the tight end. I'm sorry. And Goddard, you can't trust with injuries. So, like, I could see this guy starting by week 3.
Bottom line is you got to pay attention to him. You know, redraft league.
Yeah, he
draft
is
him.
those weird ones where it's like he could be undrafted, and then by week 2, you're spending $100 fab on him.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I'm keeping an eye on him no matter what, wherever he goes, and that's all there is to it. So the Eagles, we'll see what they do. Next, we got 2 more teams to talk about. Let's get into the San Francisco 49ers again. Notoriously, they don't really have the most, the best drafts lately, but in round 2, they got Deshaun Stribling from Mississippi, and then Kalon Black from Indiana, round 3.
I mean, they could go into the sneaky. They could go into the bigger loser category, but not so bad.
Wow, wow, wow.
Listen, Kyle Shanahan is a mastermind like Sean McVay. There's a reason why they took these players. Obviously, Brandon Ayukin is going to be out. So, he's probably getting shipped to the Commanders any day now, if they could get a hold of him. But I feel that Stribling could be a part of the offense. I mean, Ricky, what's his name? Ricky
Pearsall.
Pearsall.
They also got Mike Evans.
Yeah, Mike Evans. Like, all right, who's going to be that solidified number 2? Because Jawan Jennings is out there. They got rid of him. They don't look like they're bringing him back. Who's going to be that number 2? So, for me, keep an eye on it, but it's nothing, I'm not drafting him in a redraft.
In the same division, Seattle Seahawks. So now we'll finally talk about your guy,
The price is right.
Jadarian Price, who was picked with the last pick in the first round by the Super Bowl champions. He was the backup to Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, I like
running
that.
back, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Now, well, that's the thing, is that in the end, he was the backup. And not saying that he wasn't talented.
Reggie Bush. Yeah.
He was fantastic. I saw his film. I loved the way he moved. He definitely moved clearly way better than a Jonah Coleman and a Mike Washington. But I think that's exactly why he went that high. That's why I'm a little skeptical of what's going to happen. And I don't know. Do they add another running back at some point in the offseason? Do they bring somebody else in? Do they make a splash trade that we don't know about?
They have a Manny Wilson from Green Bay that they signed. So that's the backup right now, Emmanuel Wilson. He was backing up Josh Jacobs.
There you go.
I think this guy's going to take the full load. The price is right.
We'll see. Like I said, he wasn't even a workhorse in Notre Dame. What makes
right? They were saving him for the pros
of the most tough divisions in the NFL and go and compete at the highest level of the game.
They play the Arizona Cardinals twice a year.
Yeah, they also play the Rams twice a year. They also play the 49ers twice a year.
Oh, the 49ers also suck on defense, by the way.
The Cardinals twice a year.
like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, the only one you got to worry about is the Rams. Oh, wait, the other best defense is on his own.
I remember you telling me this about R.J. Harvey last year, too, and what happened to him.
Like I didn't know they were going to draft his replacement.
That's the next episode. Is Puma falling off? The downfall of Jerry Puma.
They're all praying for my downfall.
Pray for my downfall. They just praying for my downfall.
We'll move on to the next one.
All right, well, last but not least, actually, we got 2 more teams to talk about. Oh, no! We got 1 more team to finally talk about, and thank you for waiting. If you stayed this whole time, you are awesome. I'm sorry it took so long.
This is my other boy, too.
In honor of Tennessee Chris, the Tennessee Titans, number 1 pick, Carnell Tate, Ohio State University. Yeah, these a sexy player for sure.
If I had to ask you, right, back in the day, would you take OBJ or Justin Jefferson? Who would you take?
What do you mean, like the rookie version?
Yeah.
They didn't go the same.
No, they didn't go the same year, but like 2020 Jefferson versus 2014 OBJ. Which one are you taking?
Jefferson probably, right? No, OBJ.
Okay, so for me, I mean, they're both very good. For me, this is Justin Jefferson and Tyson is OBJ.
You're saying because he was second fiddle to Jamar Chase.
Right. I feel like Jeremiah Smith in, wide receiver university is that Jamar Chase. But don't overlook this guy. Carnell Tate is a dog. And every time I looked at my notifications, this guy was scoring a tutty.
He had a horrible athleticism score.
I know, but it's all about when you put on the pads, right?
For sure. Listen, he went to wide receiver U.
Like, just because you work out like, Tarzan, you could play like Jane too. So I feel like that's not everything. I think the tape says it itself. This guy catches the ball at its highest point. He's a dog, and he's gonna be what's his name? Cam Ward's #1 target.
He was still a first team All Big Ten, first team academic All American. That's a guy that, of course, I'd want on my team. But don't forget, it's the Titans, man. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know
so
what? They got
excited.
Dable.
Everybody was so excited about Calvin Ridley. And I'm not saying this is Calvin Ridley 2.0. It's a totally different story. I'm just saying to set your expectations realistically. In a rookie dynasty draft, I'm so excited to draft Carnell Tate. In a redraft, I am not that excited.
Actually, for both, I'm very excited. You know why? Because if you look at Malik Numbers' rookie year,
170 targets. I'll never forget.
right, that was with Dable.
Yeah.
And Dable is the offensive coordinator. I feel like he's going to utilize Carnell Tate. You don't take a man #4 and don't
Dude,
use
you
him.
want to know what's so funny? And I was sitting with my
Tater
sons.
man.
I watched the first like 7, 8 picks with my sons before they went to bed. I literally during the 3rd and 4th pick, they were both sitting right next to me, And I looked, and I know they don't understand, but I said to them, because I saw Dable and Salah in the office or whatever, and they had them on the screen. Dable's like this, all smiling, happy, high-fiving. And Salah's just like, yeah, like more basic. I said, oh my God, they're going to draft an offensive player. Because Dable looked happier. I said, they're going to draft an offensive player. My kids have no idea what I'm talking about. But sure enough, they draft Carnell Tate. And honestly, look, I'm excited I'd be excited to have him on my team.
Tater tots.
Like I said, a little more valuable in Dynasty than in redraft. Should we give a round of applause to Justin real quick? Because we talk about Len all the time, but we don't mention Justin. Justin's over there. He's got his Bad Bunny hat on. He's eating mofongo or something like that. What do you got over there?
The best guys, their names start with J.
Justin is the man, and I'll tell you, this was a great draft. Now, I don't know if we missed any other team. Nope, it looks like we didn't. But we can say lastly that, look, obviously things can change. Trades can still happen. Training camp's coming up soon. We're really going to dive into these rookies a lot more. But But we also have to touch on some of the guys we already know, the veterans that are playing. We got to go over the rankings. So stay tuned. Follow us.
Connect.
Comment. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah,
please
that's big.
let us know how you like this video. This video was super informative, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We touched every single major offensive player that went to a team. So make a decision.
Rookie drafts are coming.
We're also going to upload our top 24 rankings of who we think are the top 24 for the rookie drafts. If you have any questions, please DM us, dude. We actually answer. We're not like one of those AI pages. There's all these different pages now in fantasy.
Those are actually...
I do like a lot of the guys, though, that we've been, DMing a lot of random fantasy pages lately. And I love a lot of the guys, especially the guys from the Fantasy Football Expo. Shout out to them. But I will say, please shoot us a DM if you have a question about something. And we'll answer. We'll help you, guide you through your draft. All right. Again, the Fantasy Wise guys, thank you so much for being with us. I am Mike Mills.
The Puma.
And I can't wait to see you till next time. Peace.
Master your game.